Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. It's a little bit darker outside tonight. It's just about 8 o'clock on this Friday night, and I've not done one in here before in the dark, and I'm not sure whether you can actually see me properly. Let me just shine some of these down a bit. There you go. Oh, you can see the bald bit on my head now. That's great. Anyway. Yep, hopefully you can see. For some strange reason the light's not coming on. So tonight, thanks to a friend, I'm going to review a beer that I had whilst I was employed at Sainsburys. It was one of them beers that sold extremely well, never went on offer, always sold well. And it exceeded expectations, as it were. So, made for Sainsburys. It says by Sainsburys on it. So it's Parkins Special Bitter. I don't know if you can actually see that with this light. A smooth bitter with malty, biscuity flavours. Now, I remember it was saying it had notes of toffee as well. This light situation is rubbish. Here we go. No problems now, I can't see you. No. Oh, dear. Well, that's better. Different angle. So, yeah. 3.8%, so a low alcohol content beer. Let's give it a whiz and see if it's as good as I remember it to be, and if it's evolved in this, this age of craft ales that we have now. It's also learnt me a lesson that trying to do beer reviews when it's dark is not a good idea. I mean, I could turn the light off and see if it's better without the lights. Let me do that, see if it's any better. Right, oh my god. Hello. Right, no, it's no better, is it? Let me put the light back on. Just looks like I'm on some spooky... There you go. Hey, I can see you. Hey, we have light. So the flash bit of the video camera's working now, so it's actually shining the light on me. Reminds me of the sun. So... nice dark colour to it. Good head. I mean, a bit of too much of a head, I suppose, but yeah, it's a good head. A good white head. Lovely malty aroma. I need to keep in the camera. Hey. Oh, it's one of them beers. I hadn't had it in 3 years of leaving Sainsburys. Well, probably 3 years. Couple of months now since I left, and I left a job which I absolutely adored, and didn't agree with the hours because did a lot of crappy hours till 10 o'clock on a Friday and Saturday night. Not most pleasant hours, but people I worked with on the section I worked on, which was grocery, which covered beers, frozen and that, every one of them like family, and it hit me hard leaving. Try not to well up as I'm drinking. But sadly, at that time my mum died of cancer, and the lovely people in charge, who I've got no names for them, which are nice, tried to force me onto doing till work, to cover the tills when they needed it, which I can understand it from their point of view, but when you've got somebody with serious mental health issues at that time, it was a disgusting, diabolical move, which they should have paid for really, but I was too weak to pursue it further, which I should have done. I mean, now, I'd got ripped them to bits, but back to the beer, get off that sombre subject. Lovely. Very, for me now, tasting this, it's very, I don't know, very malty. There are notes of toffee in there. like I said, there's that biscuity taste to it. And you do actually get that as well. Still retaining its head. I can't see any carbonation, but if it's retaining the head, then there's got to be carbonation, otherwise it'd just go. Oh. So like I was saying, this is a beer. There's two lots, two Parkins. There's the green and yellow, which is the special bitter. And then there's the normal bitter, which comes in like an orangey red can. Well, it did. I mean, I've been in Sainsburys for a while. The other one's not as nice. It's just a plain bitter. Nice enough for what it is, but nothing special. Whereas that was one of my absolute favourites. Right, just going to try and bring up any reviews on it, just to see if there is any. So I've never actually checked out other people's reviews. But I used to have people coming in all the time for this. And, you know, the price was a good price. Never went on offer. And, oh, it's actually got really bad reviews. But for me, it was a really nice pint. Now, as beers, in 3 years, you know, the craft and real ale, well, it used to be just real ales, now it's more called craft beers. As beers have evolved, got more taste, they are leaving the older style beers behind. Which is like why your John Smiths and that are so far behind, where they need to make it, refresh it. So, if the internet's not, come on, not having it for me. So, can at home, this is a 3 out of 5 review. Dark amber, small tan head, soft sweet metallic toffee malt nose. I don't know how to get this metallic. Soft sweet toffee, toffee fruits, soft fruit malt, soft sweet toffee malts. He must have been drunk when he was saying that, because he's just gone on and on and on. Can from Sainsburys, dark copper beer with a large cream head. Aroma of malts and toffee. Taste is malts, light toffee and some dry earthiness, dull. Let's just see if there's any a more positive review. Sadly, let me try and go a bit further into the reviews. Because you'd always find somebody really likes it and somebody really doesn't, you know. Sadly, mostly quite negative reviews. Wow. Some of these are well over years and years ago, so how much credence you can give to a review from 12 years ago, because ingredients change, they tweak, you know, all companies do, they tweak their product if they have bad reviews. So yeah, not very clear whether that's just, I don't know, this time of night or not. Still retaining the white head, it's not tan, it's white. Unless my eyes are wonky, and it could well be. Definitely malts and toffee in the smell. And you know, when I first seen it, and it used to actually say it on the can, notes of toffee, but it's not saying it anymore. Really weird. But a really strong seller. And you know, it's not much cheaper than the likes of John Smith's when that's on offer. So, difficult one. For a canned beer, it's okay. But I'm not going to say it's fantastic anymore. Wow, you know, as the new beers come out, obviously some of these older beers are getting left in the dust. And To me, this seems one of the beers that's lost a bit in translation, you know, over the years. Not quite as good as I remember it to be. Very strange. Whether it's because the beers have got better. Like always, you can get a dodgy beer, which sometimes it's worth re-reviewing beers just to get a second viewpoint on that beer. And I've got some beers that I accidentally bought twice, so I may do that just to get that second viewpoint. I hope anybody can see this, because all I can see is one very dark person. Hello. So out of 5. It's late, it's Friday night, I've had a long day and I can't see myself properly. So, out of 5. Difficult. Very difficult. As him out of Harry Potter would say. Whilst I think it's better than John Smith's, both the extra smooth and the original, although the extra smooth is actually the better one out of the two. It's still in that area of being, it's very drinkable, still very drinkable now. It's not something I could drink 3 or 4 pints of though, you know. So obviously my taste buds have grown over the years and it's just not as nice as I remember it. Which I'm quite stunned, because I actually really liked this back in the day. So, you know, really strange. So, out of 5, I'm going to give it, for me, a disappointing 3.8 out of 5. Whilst I feel it's not as disappointing as what some of these people on the internet have posted, it is. To me, it's lost some. It's not evolved like the others have. It's obviously still selling really well, but it might be to a generation that have been brought up on that. Whereas craft ale drinkers, they'll be drinking all the newbie beers. Maybe this is more suited to the older generation, you know, or them who just like plain bitters rather than bitters with complex flavours and hops. So very interesting, you know. It's I wanted to review it, been wanting to review it for a long time. Finally got the chance today. Am I stunned? I'm a little bit shocked that it didn't get a bit higher. I would have thought it had got a 4.1, 4.2. So, you know, what it got, a little bit lower than I would have thought, but, you know, you've got to be honest with your reviews. It does taste nice. It's just not as good as a lot of the new stuff that's out there. Oh, and very decent too. Nice to reminisce on the old beers. Right, that's it for tonight. Thank you for watching, and if anybody can actually see me, hey, I'm there. Hey! See you soon.